She started going through his pantry, throwing stuff out. I mean, just throwing it over her head. You know, we thought Lindsay last season did something to Mark's apartment. Stacia said, watch this. Watch this. Okay? I've been watching, and I know you've been watching too. So come peep this. Hi, my peep fam. Welcome to Come Peep This. I am Miss Series, and I am the Married at First Sight expert. I've been here since season 1, episode 1. I have my master's in psychology, so we're going to use some psychology, a whole lot of giggles, and some common sense to get through these reviews. Married at First Sight, season 15, episode 7. Whew. They gave us a lot to work with. We got dogs, we got bears, and oh my, let's get it. Nate and Stacia. So they make it to the shared apartment and they're going through the bathroom, going through everything. And Stacia says, I want all the sink area and you put your stuff in the drawers and in the cabinets, you know. And then she immediately start listing rules. I don't like any shoes in the house, no mess. You have to stay super organized, all this type of stuff. And then they was like, well, you know, sometimes I get home from the gym and I just want to lay down. Like, ugh, why do these people not want to bathe their bodies regularly or when they need to? When you get home from the gym, the first thing you do is come out those wet clothes and get in the shower. Why would, let me lay down. Ew. You know, like, your body needs to be cleaned before it lays down in the bed. I don't know if y'all skipped that while y'all, you know, was raised, whoever was parenting y'all, if y'all skipped that step. But Nate and Bow, your body needs to be clean before you lay down to sleep, okay? 101, life. Okay, so we get to Stacia's house, and I could tell by the front door. That her house was beautiful, and it was absolutely immaculate, okay? Beautiful, huge kitchen. And I said, that big old kitchen, she better be able to cook. I mean, that island, she must like to entertain or something. It was absolutely dream home status. So I can only imagine the house that she's getting built from the ground, how she's about to have Nate living. Her and Nate gonna be living. Honestly, because her house now is absolutely dream home worthy. It really is. That at least it has a dream kitchen for sure. But yeah, it looked staged though. It looked cold. Her house didn't have any, like, no one ever laughed in there before. Like, it didn't have any kind of joy or life. It was very cold. She had some bed decorations, and they was like, oh, so you did this for me? She's like, no, this is how it always is. He's like, oh, no, you kind of staged this for me. She's like, no, this is what it be like over here all the time. I said, okay. And then they says, oh, it's a lot of pillows. Why do men always complain about the pillows on the bed? Why y'all do that? It's decoration. And so then they go to the kitchen. She starts talking about her Nespresso machine. She's like, it's $700 and I want it. And then they call himself doing math. Nate's math wasn't math and Stacia's math was mouthing. I think he got confused. Like I said, I don't know how intelligent Nate is. And I'm just saying. Because he was making a point. But as he started explaining, he was actually proving the counterpoint to his point. Like, I never seen no one argue against their own stance. Oh, yeah, is it really saving money? And then he straight proved it. And it was like, no, that couldn't be right. Your math, she's like, okay, we can add $300 to it. Another $300. Yeah, it makes sense for her to invest into an espresso machine. And he made the argument for her. Oh, no, we got to sit down and do the math. She said, we just did. Yeah. Okay, so then we get to Nate's apartment. Nate's apartment is beautiful too, okay? Nate lives in a high-rise apartment, absolutely breathtaking view, okay? I was shocked by how nice it looked. I love the decor. I loved everything. So no more jokes about Nate and his money. Okay, we're going to at least put that on pause. And I'm going to really put it on pause. Let me just do a little sidebar. For every commenter out there, every YouTuber out there that was so adamant that Steve had money, but we see a black man that says he has, money, and he has an excellent apartment. Probably drive a nice vehicle. He looks well put together. Steve's apartment looked like Groupon LED lights hanging everywhere. He slept in his car just a year ago. RAV4 had a huge dent in it. He wasn't a nice dresser, but everybody was, Steve has money, so you gave him the benefit of the doubt, but you don't want to give Nate the benefit of the doubt, and Nate is actually showing proof He actually have tangible evidence of his income, tangible evidence by his lifestyle that he's doing well. So I'm not going to bash Nate. Not until it's necessary, but I'm definitely not going to have that as my jump off point. So you won't hear that on Come Peep This at all. That's my promise. Until it is due, until it is warranted. So yeah, Nate's apartment is very, very nice. He's doing very well. Although he's not on Stasia's level, he's still doing very well. He got the automatic blind system. You know, got the raised desk. I want one of those. One of those desks that come up. I want one of those. You know, he wants to impress her. You can tell that as he's showing her his place. Like, you know, look, you know, I'm okay. Then Stacia goes into mom mode. Home inspector mode. She goes through his, it felt like a mama inspecting her teen son's room. Like she started going through his cabinets, out under his sink, just way overboard. And Nate in the background trying to keep his cool because he's like, is she serious? Then he realizes she is and clenches up like, oh shoot. He was nervous in the background like, oh my goodness. She started going through his pantry, throwing stuff out. I mean, just throwing it over her head. You know, we thought Lindsay last season did something to Mark's apartment. Stacia said, watch this. Watch this. Okay? Quaker oat containers empty, just throwing them out, bouncy plastic wrap Clorox bottles. I said she need to leave those Quaker oat containers alone. My kid can use that for his school projects. Leave those alone. Send those over here. You know, maybe they into arts and crafts or something. Goodness. Then she start on some CSI Law and Order stuff. She finds 2 dirty wine glasses. Or maybe he was entertaining something. So acting like she's solving a case. I said, okay, he just had somebody over, you know, Megan just, you know, set him up. That was Megan doing. Megan said, I'm gonna have your apartment real nice when you get back. Let me put these 2 wine glasses here so she know what's really up. That was just Megan doing. So Pastor Cal gets over there and he says, oh, Stacia, I see that you're smiling more. And then so they start getting to the salary. Nate makes $150. That's good. That's good. Above average, decent money. But Stacia makes $415,000 a year. So, I mean, Nate is doing well, like I said, but Stacia is doing very well. But together they're doing excellent. So, hey. And that's what Pastor Cal was trying to get through Nate's head. Like, hey, y'all can have kids right now because you can afford it. But he's like, I want to be making $250,000 before I have a kid. But she was like, if I already make that and double that, then we're good. You know, we're good. So Stacia said no intimacy. She wants to wait till she's in love. And that would be my approach if I did a show like this. But I'm married, but I'm just saying. You have to wait until there's a genuine connection, not one that stage, we're, have all these things in common and all. No, you want to make sure we're something concrete. And then you cross the level of intimacy. Okay, Kristen? Okay. So she said she wants Nate to be more vulnerable, want him to open up. And so they're talking after Pastor Cal leaves. She said, tell me about your mother. He's like, well, I really don't feel anything. And towards his mom because she wasn't there. And then Stacia says, well, you know how I am about my dad, my situation. I feel, so much. And I need you to, explore that with me. Open up to me. But I get both sides. I get what Stacia is saying because her dad wasn't there. But she took his last name. But I guess, I don't know if she ever met him. She says that she don't know who he is. But you took his last name. So I don't know. But I know people that never met their other parent. And because they never had that relationship with them, then they really don't, it is a disconnect. They don't have those emotions where somebody in the same situation feels heartbroken, feel like something is missing. So Nate is quite possible, but that Nate don't hurt for something he never had. He don't hurt for her. The lady was in a different country, only seen him twice. I believe his dad was married during this time, so he had a stepmother. I mean, it's quite possible, Stacia, that he can open up and be more vulnerable to you in other ways. But about his mom, he don't have no feelings about it. It's 2 different responses to the same situation. It is quite possible to not miss something you never had. We'll see how it plays out next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you watched the video all the way through, I appreciate you. I appreciate you getting these comments. I always reply to my P fam. Let's get it.